welcome to Sin and Jim Podcast. I am Victor Garsley.
I am Crowboy.
I am Mr. Graves.
I am Franken-Gene.
Welcome to Sin and Jim Podcast, the podcast where we play games, we tell facts, we tell news stories, and we are currently in training for the Olympics to do skateboarding as ninjas.
Summer or winter?
Both.
The both Olympics.
The first cross.
The full Olympics.
Yeah.
We're not representing a country. We're our own Sin and Jin segment in the Olympics.
We have broken away. We have formed a rebel state.
We're that good.
We can do what we want.
Yeah, fuck you, Boris.
Good.
We are the Republic of Sin and Jin.
Yeah, we've got all the power of North Macedonia and none of the coconuts. I don't know where Macedonia is.
Women.
Coconuts.
I don't know where Macedonia is.
Us Macedonians are very proud of our coconut connection. Very known for their coconuts in Macedonia.
Welcome to Sin and Jin. This week we are going to do shit news, Count Factula, a game, and Blank-O-Mattic.
Refreshing.
Oh no, we're gonna do the beans segment.
Oh yeah, the beans segment.
Beans.
But we're not gonna tell you about that. It's gonna be mystery beans somewhere in this in the show.
Right, and you got to listen out for it.
Listen out for it. You win one swim in the community pool in the Sin and Jin Nation.
In the Republic of Sin and Jin.
The community bean pool.
I haven't finished
Thank you very
drawing it. Can
much.
we stop promising this, please?
So Joe, how you been?
I've been well. I have been enjoying the amount of gigs that we've got rolling in. We don't talk about if they're going to be cancelled, but we talk about the fact that they're going to happen.
Gig.
No,
They're going to gig.
They're going to gig. Gig's got a gig. No, it's good. We're it's getting exciting now. It's weird as well. I don't want to jinx it, touch wood, but this has been remarkably strange English weather as well, where it's been sunny for a number of consecutive days, and I'm starting to get concerned.
I hate it.
Yeah, I hate it. My skin is burning. I'm on crisp.
It's been good. Just all these gigs coming in, and it feels weird. Like thinking, oh crap, like. We need to practice and get back onto fighting fit as how we were, but slightly fatter. And
I don't want to step on your toes, but last weekend, me and Matt sat in a wasp tent all day. Do you want to talk about the wasp tent, Matt?
Bumblebee tent. It was.
It was nice.
Bumblebee tuna.
No, it was.
Bumblebee tuna.
So Joe came over last week. To do for us to do some writing and get
some music
down.
For the popular beat combo, Victor and the Bully.
And so I did a barbecue. It was just me and Joe. I did a barbecue, and I bought this new little tent thing to keep the shade off because
like a marquee.
Yeah, like a little gazebo thing.
Cook.
Well, this thing was a fucking magnet for bumblebees.
Oh, really?
We spent half the time out of this gazebo. Trying to get bumblebees out of this fucking gazebo, and then we
if they
realized
were wasps, it would have killed them. No, there were two vital things, Matt. Number one, we'd placed it right next to a massive bush full of flowers, and that was absolutely swarming with bees and live.
Covered in bees.
And also, we didn't realize that we could have just zipped it. And then nothing could get in?
Because all the sides were mesh, so all the breeze would have come in, but zero bumblebees.
Oh, for God's sake.
I can just imagine you both on the inside go, you're not coming in. Back off. You're not coming in.
If only there was a way of
Don't
stopping.
want your kind in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been me. That's about as exciting as it's got over here.
Dave, how stressed have you been in life?
Oh, wonderful life right now. Taking over responsibilities for the venue has been interesting, we'll say. But otherwise, it's been all right. It's just it's the days off which are better.
Dave's been working hard.
Yeah,
Been sweating for the craft.
Yeah, well, at least you're not Argos.
True. It could be worse. I could be working I could be full time at Argos. And I think at that point I would have driven a van.
Your ass off at Argos.
I suppose.
Argos.
I suppose at the end, the three of you can talk about the one thing you all have that I don't.
Ash, have you been?
Yeah, I've been pretty good. Thank you very much. Obviously, you'll know I had the creature down there for a few weeks, and she went back yesterday. So
He means his girlfriend, just for reference.
yeah, sorry, yeah.
Not like some kind of Lovecraftian nightmare that he's got up from the lab.
Cthulhu just rising like, oh, I have to go home now. I was like, oh, okay, see you later, Cthulhu. Take care. No, yes, I just and then I'm back to work on Monday. So,
cool.
For a few weeks, so back to work
to the
on Monday,
grind.
so.
Can you try and put your bottle of beer in your pocket?
Yeah, it has a pocket in this, but it's not big enough to hold my beer. I was going to give it like a
one of those. What about you, Matt?
Well, I think the main thing that the three of us have been doing has been playing the Oculus.
I refuse to.
Our new Space Age goggles.
I refuse to give in to the hype.
Mate. Ash and I were playing mini golf earlier, and it genuinely felt like we were on a mini golf course. Like, and the accuracy as well, like how accurate we were.
It's really good.
It's mental, isn't it? And if you accidentally hit it, you're like, you fucking.
This episode of Synergin is sponsored by Oculus VR.
If you do want to sponsor us.
But my favourite part about the mini golf game is being God in the sky.
When you go up,
when someone else is on the putting range, and then you go into the main menu bit, you go really big into the sky, so you're just a really big floating head. So we were just.
I've been burning around 400 calories a day just doing Beat Saber or shooting things, and it's great. Pistol whip.
For those who are uninformed, it's a virtual reality headset, which is you pretend you're a little 3D man in 3D virtual worlds.
Well, technically, we are little 3D men in a 3D world.
It is top stuff. It is top tier stuff.
Joe, get one.
Yeah, get one.
I refuse.
I tell you what,
we can do 4-player mini golf.
I'm saving up.
We could go to the cinema together and not actually have to look at each other.
Yeah, you can actually be in the cinema.
I'm saving up for a flashlight.
Pinky in your bum.
You don't need a flashlight when you've got virtual reality porn.
Yeah, true.
8K virtual reality porn. You can literally touch the titty.
Though
you can touch.
They do get in your face, though, don't they?
They get so in your face.
But like for COVID-19, they're like, "Hello." You're like, "Wow."
Yeah.
Where's
they
your
do
mask,
get really close.
You like me?
No, I've just met you.
So there we are.
I like my porn the traditional way in a bag.
I like my porn flat.
I like it
flat in a magazine.
Yeah, in a bag.
I like my porn like I like my women flat.
In a bag in the forest, buried 6 feet below ground.
Cut up segments in the forest somewhere with loads of bits of paper as well and
With
tissue.
jizz covered.
I want sticky pages. Do I get sticky pages?
I call him Sticky Page Joe.
Sticky Page Joe.
I love my porn like I like my women. Sticky, covered in jizz and in the woods.
Breathing or
I think hello. Oh,
danger!
the bell.
Danger! Danger! Oh, yeah, we know Count Factula. Yeah, I know.
Can't factor that in.
Yeah. We'll stop right there.
I've got facts for you. You've got facts for me. Well, here comes Count Factula to train you with his facts.
I am Count Factula.
Where's your laugh, Count Factula?
Hey!
Just a solid.
Wise guy.
Oh,
I've come from Latvia.
Last time you said I was classic Coke, Count Factula. I think you're a Dr. Pepper, Count Factula.
I'm spicy. And
He's Panda Pop.
Panda Pop Cola.
I am Virgin Coke.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
Oh my God.
Roller Cola.
Right, well.
What's Count Factula?
You scallywags.
Time for facts.
Welcome to Count Factula, where the four of us will relay a fact to you, lovely, wobbly audience, that we've either researched extensively or hardly at all. I can
Nothing in between.
probably nothing in between, but I can probably
Definitely
guess.
never anything.
Now I need to choose. Since Joe did such a wonderful Count Factula impression, how about you go first?
Yeah, no worries. My fact
accent,
is my fact. It's getting a bit Borat. My fact is nice. My fact is I'm going to keep it relatively short and sweet this week because there's a lot of conflicting literature on this one, depending on who you ask. But mine is about the Dalai Lama, and specifically about the 6th Dalai Lama. So for
That's the
those,
best one.
He's the green one.
The other thing.
yeah, he came back as the white one after he was killed.
He uses the Lamazord.
So the Dalai Lama is the he's not like the Pope. Don't think he's like the Pope.
Dalai Lama. Sorry, Joe.
Lamazord, go!
Dalai Lama.
I'm just gonna stop telling facts on this second.
Go on.
Right. Anyway, so Tibetan Buddhism, he is the spiritual leader. He's a spiritual leader of Tibetan Buddhism, and he's meant to represent all of the values and traditions, you know, peace and Megazord and all that kind of stuff. And after the first one, I can't remember what his name is.
Tommy.
Tommy. Christ, guys. No, his name was
Sorry.
Gendon Drup.
Was he friends with Goldar?
I'm sorry, Joe.
I'm just gonna wait.
No.
I'm gonna leave radio silence.
Everyone listening is nowhere going to find this anywhere near as funny.
Oh, sorry.
Right. Okay. I'm
Sorry.
good. I'm good.
Sorry.
All right.
Oh,
Should we start this one again?
Yeah, I have to. Fucking hell. So the 6th Dalai Lama. Anyway, so basically, every time the Dalai Lama dies, their view is that he gets reincarnated as a baby somewhere.
go on.
I'm sorry.
She's gonna go.
No, Joe, don't go.
Joe's gone
He
now.
gets resurrected as the white Dalai Lama.
It's so warm in here.
Oh my God.
I can't keep this segment in. Retarded.
I'm
Minutes of us laughing.
Every time the Dalai Lama, he dies because he's old and
Right,
he's
okay.
Chinese. No, Tibetan. No, don't get them confused.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, you know,
There's an age limit.
Oh,
there's an age limit when you live in the 1500s.
How old are you?
Yeah. So basically, this got to the 6th guy, and so the fifth guy died, and there was quite a big gap. And usually, the Dalai Lama is found as a baby, and they didn't find this guy till he was like 14, 15, which was quite unusual. Something like that. So basically, he showed high levels of intelligence and unconventional views. So they were like, "Do you want to be the Dalai Lama?" And he was like,
I love that.
All right.
"Oh no, they didn't. They didn't say that. They were like, you are the Dalai Lama." And he was like,
okay. So
he was like, "No, I'm not."
What's that?
And they were like, "Yeah, you are." And
No, I'm not.
he was like, "No, I'm not." And they were like, "Yeah, you are." And he was like,
here you are.
"Fine, all right." And basically, he's known as the Playboy Dalai Lama because basically, instead of going around being, you know, all religious and shit, he fucked a load of women and wrote sexy poetry, like erotic poetry.
Sexy poetry.
Yeah, basically, yeah, about his loins and his willy and things like that. And basically, he was really like intelligent and, but he also was a massive drunk and liked to write poems about boobs and stuff. So
is he kind of using his title to get bitches?
basically, yeah. And then he was murdered.
Mate, his stories are fucking interesting.
Yeah, yeah. He disappeared under.
Who killed him?
Well, nobody knows. Basically, there was a cat. He was captured by the Mongols, and then afterwards he was released. But then he kind of disappeared, and I think the rumor is hard to verify because it was like the 16th century that he was kind of murdered by the holy order of the Tibetan monks, who are traditionally quite non-violent, but they were quite sick of
I've had enough.
Yeah, they were quite sick of his rampant ways.
Yeah.
He's writing poetry about his
Johnson.
About Johnson and the boobies.
Yeah,
Long
Mr. Johnson and the Juicy 2, you know.
Juicy 2 crew.
The Tibetan 2.
Boobs.
Who's next, Ash?
The Tibetan 2. Let's go you, Matthew.
Oh, me. Well, I'm going to tell you a story about Emile Leray. Now, Emile Leray built a working motorbike from a broken down car to escape the African desert.
Now, love that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Escape the African... What? Why was he in the African desert to start with?
He was just hanging out, you know.
Oh, as you do.
Yeah. So a French man has found fame, basically for... He was an electrician, and he made a big, amazing escape by... What happened was he crashed his car in the middle of the desert, and he was driving a Citroen 2CV. So yeah, this was in 1993. He was 43 years old, former electrician, and he decided to go on an adventure and drive. And he wanted to go from the city of Tantar and cross the Moroccan desert.
Right, okay.
It didn't go to plan.
Is it because the desert is just made of cumin?
It's full of cumin, other herbs and spices, mainly Moroccan spiced herbs.
I thought you were going to say it's mainly cumin. Other herbs and spices are available, like they say on the BBC.
Yeah,
downloadable content.
Well, so he went off road.
TLC spice.
Emile crashed his car, and he was left stranded in the middle of nowhere. And he had no way of really getting back. It was far too far to walk. But he had enough food and water to last him around 10 days. And after considering all the mechanical and physical hurdles he would ever get over, Emile starts to work on a DIY motorbike the next morning. And he starts taking apart his Citroen by removing the body. He used the body as a shelter against the sandstorms, and then under the scorching sun in a shirt, and he used his socks as sleeves. He works. He makes his own. He basically made a motorbike, and this thing is the most Mad Max thing you've ever seen. So yeah, if you get a chance, Google Emile Leray motorbike.
I'm Googling Morocco, and quite a lot of it is desert.
Yeah.
I'm surprised anyone fucking lives there at all.
So his ingenious engineering saw him convert the car's rear bumper into a rudimentary seat, shorten the chassis, and place the engine and gearbox in the middle.
So fucking cool.
I know.
What year was this?
He put 1993.
Do you reckon he ever read? Do you reckon he ever read Iron Man? Isn't that like the story of Iron Man?
Yeah, pretty much.
That is awesome. Look at that.
Yeah,
it looks so fucking cool.
Emile Leray.
Emile Leray.
And he put the gearbox in the middle of it. So he managed to, he built a motorbike, and he had no like welding gear or anything. He literally did it with like basic tools and a screwdriver, basically. And he created this little wonderful bike.
Wow. Very Mad Max.
On the back wheel.
Yeah. So after a day of riding, Emile was picked up by the Moroccan police, who took him to the nearest village. They also handed him a big fine because the registration documents for his car no longer corresponded to what he was driving.
I love that. It built it from the ground up. It's like, mate, it's not legal, mate. Sorry.
It's not a citron.
But yeah, but Mr. Leray is now living in northwest France.
Bless him.
And yeah, but that is the most Mad Max looking bike I've ever seen.
It is wicked looking. It is really, really cool.
Yeah.
So looking bike, yeah.
Okay, Dave, wanna have your go?
Oh yeah, let me. Have you guys heard of the Sedlec ossuary? Or as it's more famously kind of in English.
It's delicious.
It's delicious, isn't it? It's more famously known as
what?
Sedlec ossuary, which is famously known as Church of Bones. You guys heard of that place?
No,
I have not.
No. So the Sedlec ossuary, also known as the Church of Bones, is one of the most unusual chapels you will ever see.
Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's in Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Have you?
He's like, maybe.
Where in Czech Republic?
Just down the road past Netto's. Take the third left, go over the roundabout, and then it's your second right.
Is it in Bruno?
It's in the suburbs of Kutnahora.
Next to Home Bargain.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, while Matt does a little research, the Sedlec ossuary is nothing spectacular on the outside. It is a small chapel located in Sedlec, which is in the suburbs of Kutnahora, which is a part of Czech Republic. And based on the outside, I like this little quote. You would think it's just your average old medieval Gothic church. You know,
I come across them every
your
day.
Average medieval Gothic church. You know, like there's one every fucking corner. But as you enter the Sedlec ossuary you will be soon realise why it's one of the most amazing and unique churches you'll ever see in your life, because it contains more than 40,000 human skeleton bones inside the building.
Thanks, I hate it.
So it's basically known as the Church of Bones because when you walk inside, every single millimetre of the wall is stacked bones, kind of like creating weird, almost like Geiger-esque looking things. It's well worth looking up. Sedlec, Sedlec ossuary.
Oh my God.
Give it a look. It's fascinating as hell.
Terrific.
So I went to the Bruno ossuary, which is very similar. If you BRNO ossuary, and it's terrifying.
Is this just like a Czech thing? Are they bored over there?
Jesus.
They just love bones.
Christ,
Just
it looks
love bones.
terrifying.
Horrible.
There's
Whose bones are they?
Fucking horrible.
Well, basically, the story is you may wonder why these bones ended up being stacked up. And it goes all the way back to 1278 when the King of Bohemia sent the abbot of the Sedlec Cistercian Monastery to Jerusalem. So basically, the guy who was originally looking after this church back in the day, he sent him to Jerusalem. When the abbot came back, he brought back with a jar of soil, and the soil was from Golgotha, which is apparently where they think Jesus was buried when he came back and finally finished. They believe that's where his final resting place was. So they believe this soil is the most holiest soil in all of the world. So this abbot took it back, poured the soil outside his church, and obviously back in then, if you've got if you've got the soil of what was Jesus, then that would be like, oh my God, then I want to be buried where Jesus's body was technically.
Premium Jesus soul, yes.
Pretty much. They were like, oh, that's some high grade shit right there. So basically loads of people were like, I want to be buried there. And they were like, we'll bury everyone here because you're being buried by the soil of Jesus Christ. In the 15th century, still thousands upon thousands of people wanted to be buried here, and they ran out of space. So they started digging up the bones and placing them in storage to bury more people in this area. When it came to 1870, a woodcarver named František Rindt was appointed to place the bones in order. And the result was obviously, as you see on the pictures, these massive stacks and stuff like that going around. I mean, there's some weird things going on in there. Where is it? I've written it down here. There's a shield or something like that, and it has like a raven, all made out of bones. Just, a raven.
Bone raven.
The way the flesh of a Turkish man. Back then,
Sorry,
other weird kind of facts and stuff like that. It's just weird. There's like a
the
raven
flesh of a Turkish
bone.
man.
The ravens are pecking the head of a Turk, as it's kind of said in the story.
Is that the sequel to Son of a Preacher Man?
Son of a preacher man?
By the flesh of a Turkish man.
Pretty much. But definitely if you get a chance, look this place up. The collection of bones, stuff like that. Apparently, is built up from 40,000 bones are inside this building. As you said, Matt, there's other places like it. But this one's an old famous one because the guy just kind of went to town
Yeah, I went.
Building all these
I went to the one
structures.
in Bruno, and it is weird. It was only small. It wasn't like the big one that you're mentioning, but it was it was a funny place. Had clowns and everything.
Oh yeah.
In a dark church, in a dark room.
Yeah. Ash, what's your fact?
Okie dokie. Right. My fact is about have any of you heard of let's try and pronounce this right, the Nux-Hexen, or
Texan.
otherwise known as the Night Witches?
No.
It is a battalion from World War II made up solely of female pilots from Russia.
Oh, right.
Now, they pretty much were a huge staple as to why the war was won. They were bombers. They were
A huge staple to why the war was won.
Shut up, I don't know. It's a weird word. Leave me alone, all right?
The war really turned when the witches got involved.
Yeah, listen, hear me out. There's a reason. But no, like I said, no, they basically the reason why they were so formidable and they were known as the Night Witches by the Germans was because they would attack in the dead of night, but they used to use old World War I era planes. So they were literally made of like wood and brittle, and they weren't like anything that the Germans were using at the time. They would have to go through and basically drop their bombs and go back, and they would always do it dead in the night. And the way they would get around and not get shot down and everything was they would turn their engines off and glide.
Yeah, I've heard about this. Yeah.
Yeah, So basically, they got such a reputation that they were known as the Night Witches, and it got to a point that there was basically, if any person shot at least one of them down, they would get an Iron Cross medal for just shooting one down. They were that infamous and that notorious. They destroyed a lot of things.
This does sound more impressive. When you first said it, I thought there was going to be like witches that were praying, that were doing witchy spells, and I was like, did they really turn the war?
No. So
these guys sound like they had a genuinely a big impact.
Yeah, so basically, the regiment sort of started filling out within like about 1942, and they ranged from the ages of 17 to 26.
A woman.
A woman, yeah. Basically, the reason for it was that a lot of women were basically wanted to be a part of the war in a more, as they put it, a more meaningful way. They were in more support roles at the time.
Do you remember me talking about the Russian woman who wanted revenge on her boyfriend?
Yeah.
She bought a tank, but was like, I'm driving it.
Yeah, that's it. So they basically began flight training in 1942. There was the lead of their battalion. I'll get her name in a minute because that was it. Colonel Marina Raskova. She was a Soviet pilot, and she was known as the Russian Amelia Earhart. So basically, it says here the women were issued size 42 boots. I don't know what that is in our sizes. Outfitted with ill-fitting military uniforms made for bulkier male soldiers. The hair was cut short, as one of the pilots would recall in a later interview. We didn't recognize ourselves in the mirror. We only saw boys. And going through basically,
women can't have short hair.
To give you a quick idea of the planes, the name of the planes they had to fly I'm going to butcher this. Polikapov Po-2 aircraft, 2-seated open cockpit biplanes that were obsolete even by the standards of the day. Yeah, open cockpit.
Yeah, the lick a dick a day.
Made of plywood frames with canvas stretched over them. The craft were light, slow, and provided absolutely no armor.
Canvas stretched over them.
Canvas stretched.
Well, they couldn't have gone that high because that would.
No, they didn't. No, that's another thing as well. They didn't go very high either. The benefit of the planes was they had a slower stall speed than standard German fighters, making them hard to target, and they would take off and land just about anywhere. Basically, it says this came as literal cold comfort to the aviators who had to fly the ships through walls of enemy fire in the dead of night with the freezing wind whipping around and through the exposed cockpits, which gave the pilots frostbite. So they were mean fuckers, and they would literally go back and they would have to have the canvas repaired each time they went round because they'd have bullet holes all through their fucking planes and stuff. It was mental. So, but they bombed a lot of essential sort of like stations in Germany and everything like that. They really did a number, and that's why they ended up, like I said, they became notorious and got given the nickname the Night Witches.
Naughty,
but
Nazis.
Like I said, one of the most famous says Nadezhda Popova. She flew 852 missions, earning her multiple medals and the title of Hero of the Soviet Union. Wow! Basically, in 4 years, she did that, and like I said, it was just I mean, it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
That's crazy.
Cool stuff. Well, I think it's time for a game.
Game.
And next up on BBC 7+1, Apparent.
It's time of day for another episode of Apparent, the amazing quiz game show where you guess what the image is with your host.
Hi everybody, I'm Ashley Tarrant, and this is Apparent.
Thank you, Ashley. We've got 2 contestants today. Let's get going.
Now tell me, what is this a picture of?
A Pop-Tart?
Correct! What is this a picture of?
That's my wife.
By Jove, you're correct! What is this a picture of?
It's a cat in a wetsuit.
You are correct! What is this a picture of?
It's me, but I'm naked.
You're correct again! What is this a picture of?
That's easy. That's a kitty cat.
You're...
I'm afraid you've got that question wrong. It's time for you to
Hello.
Oh, hi.
We've got. Oh, thank you for that compliment. Today we're gonna go back to our roots on terms of games. We're gonna go to a this or that. Not that it's not what we've been doing for the past like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Back to our roots. The original Coca-Cola.
No. I went. I did a few weeks where I did the Roger Matt, and the terrible game.
We had the Dot Sconaldson one last week.
Yeah, we did. That's true.
But this week we're going to play Athletic Phonetics, which has nothing to do with the game we're really playing. But I thought it was a good rhyme. Basically, I've got some names of some real life athletes from over the years, and I've got some names that I've made up, and you've got to guess.
Oh fucking hell!
Which is which? So I'm going to start with Rusty Cunts.
That's got to be fake, or was it phonetics?
You know what, I'm gonna go with Athletic.
Yeah, that's real. Because it's going to be like
fake phonetics.
That is a real person. He was an American Major League Baseball outfielder between 1979 and 1985. These are all so fucking dumb. Your Highness Morgan. Your Highness Morgan.
I'm going to say Athletic. Yeah.
Athletic.
He is oh, sorry, shit. Dave, I'll give you that point.
No, I said he was real.
Yeah, he is a NFL player.
Really?
No, he's one of the other, but he plays.
He's an NFL player. Really? No, he's not. He
plays American football, but he wasn't good enough to be in the Stubby Clap.
No, that's got to be fake.
That's a Joe Marshall special.
Yeah.
That is an athletic. Richard Keith Stubby Clapp is a Canadian first baseman in Major League Baseball.
They're always. Why have baseball players always got names like that? I swear. Stubby Clapp.
I couldn't figure out what that noise was at first.
Stubby Clapp. Pooh Richardson.
That's fake.
That's a Joe Marshall.
You broke down too quick on that one.
No, please don't tell me this one's real.
Pooh Richardson is an American basketball player who plays in the NBA. Who played in the NBA in the 1989.
Who did?
Oh, Dick Paradise.
Oh,
well, I'm going to keep that athletic.
I'm going with Joe.
Yeah.
Athletic.
I'm saying that's Joe.
Athletic.
That's athletic.
Yeah.
I don't know. What did I say? Dick Paradise.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he played in what's the baseball one?
NBA.
Sorry, yeah. Dick Paradise, he's an ice hockey player who played 144 games
NHL.
for the World Hockey Association for the Minnesota Fighting Saints. Bruce D. Cock III.
Athletic.
That's you.
That's me, Dave Thomas.
I should have guessed it was, but he's been going athletic this entire time, so I'm going to just keep going with it.
Just the third. As soon as you said the third, I was like, that's Joe straight away.
Oh.
Anyway, the third.
Eaton Beaver.
That's
pathetic. What is
that's
it?
pathetic. Athletic.
Athletic or phonetic?
That's phonetic.
Oh.
Right, so we've got athletic from Dave.
I'm going athletic.
That I made that one up.
I'm just going athletic there. I lost this ages ago. I think I've got like 2 right.
Mark Z Spot, or as Americans would call him, Mark C Spot.
Then I'm going to say it's athletic.
That's a Joe.
Oh, it's the Joe one.
You had a little smile. You had a little smile.
I thought that was quite clever.
You call me, you fucker.
Okay. Jonathan David Booty.
That's athletic.
Oh, that's a Joe, I think.
Ash.
Athletic. I'm going to go.
He was a quarterback in the NFL.
That's winning.
And, 2 more. Betty Humper.
That's
athletic.
That's Joe.
That is me, yes.
Well, Matt's one.
Lastly, Clinton Dix.
That's athletic.
Yeah, it's too much.
Oh, what was Clinton Dix? He's a current American free agent.
I worked it out. Basically, Joe smiles and laughs before he does his own one. I've learned to read Joe's body language before he.
I'm gonna have to. Who won then, Dave?
Matt won by 1 point.
Lovely. Here are some more real names that I enjoyed, and I will obviously have to change up my behaviour next time I do a game. These are the other names I found: Dick Trickle, Cannonball Titcomb, Boof Bonser, Fat Lever, Urban Shocker, World Be Free.
That was my name when I was 16.
Yeah.
Urban Shocker.
World Be Free, Dewana Boner.
Yes, I do.
Misty Hyman, who was a swimmer.
I can't be it.
That is a swimmer.
Misty, I love that.
No
Misty.
fucking way.
Yeah, she's a current. Hold up a minute.
Watch the Sultana.
Misty Hyman.
Hey everyone, let's Google Misty Hyman.
Misty
Sounds
Dawn
like
Marie Hyman is an American former competitive swimmer, Olympic gold medalist.
Competitive brazzers.
She holds a gold medal and the world record. Dave, show some respect.
Sorry, I had a Dawn Marie play my venue the other week, and she was a Lady Gaga impersonator.
Well, there you go. Maybe that's what she's up
Her name was
to.
Dawn Marie.
Stephen Schatz, Johnny Dickshot, and Chubby Cox.
Chubby Cox.
Chubby Cox.
The other ones I made up.
It's definitely Fat Lever.
Yeah. Some of the ones I made up were a little too obvious to say. I did Connie Lingus, obviously, Dixie Butts, and Amanda Hump.
Oh, not Amanda.
Sounded a bit like Amanda Hump, obviously. Yeah. So that's humorous people who are born with humorous names, who have got who dedicated their lives to being in tip-top physical prowess for 4 men who are out of shape in their 30s to mock them. The game.
Well done.
It's time for shit news.
Fuck you. Stop taking pictures.
This is the latest dispatch just received in our news.
Synergen Podcast, bringing you the latest news from around the world with Hot Lips, Funky Gibbon, Long Socks, and Teabag. This is shit news.
Yeah, it's shit news.
Hey! Ladles and jelly spoons. Thank you for arriving. You got the tickets in the mail? Yes? Good. And you're here at our seminar where we are dispensing small cups of news to each one of you. And as it touches your lips, Nirvana opens inside your mind as we blow away the cobwebs of Dave Grohl. we blow away the cobwebs that the lamestream media have implanted in your head, and we are bringing you the latest, hottest nude. So, Loose Women's Nadia Sawala, 56, strips to underwear and jokes that her bra gives her old tits. Boobs!
Old tits.
Personal friend of the show, Katie Price, unveils a new hairdo.
Oh, yeah, good for her.
Yeah, go girl.
Jeremy Clarkson, 61, kisses his girlfriend while holding a lamppost.
Does he finger her as well?
Hope so.
What's that supposed to do?
Salma Hayek says secret to incredible body is only exercising for 5 minutes a day, to the chagrin of every female ever.
Bastard!
Sorry.
She exercises 5 minutes a day and looks amazing, so I imagine everyone hates her.
Oh, okay. Fair.
Anger as Michael Barrymore joins TikTok.
Why is that causing anger?
Because he's being probed. Because he's being probed again about that guy that died. That definitely wasn't anything to do with him.
That took a load of drugs and went in his balls.
Katie Price wants a brow lift, facelift, and new teeth. And lastly, on celebrity news, a bit of something for all of us. Dick and Dom are coming back with a show for adults who would have been kids 20 years ago.
Yeah, no, I'm up for that.
Which is quite a good bit of news. But what I want to focus on this week is some bears that crashed a high school party. As
in hench hairy gay guys.
Big hairy gay guys coming down. No, if only. A high school party in Tennessee. Basically, it was a pool party for a load of high school kids, and some bears turned up, and they just started roughhousing in the pool, and just chilling out. But I would advise everyone to Google it and look for it on YouTube, because there is a great video of them just kind of fucking about in the pool. These just like free bears. It turns out the temperature was just right.
Oh, fuck off.
But what I did like about this is obviously we're having a hot summer, and obviously bears are drawn to the coolness of the pool. But it says it reminds of an incident that went viral in 2018 after a bear stole a man's margarita, went in his jacuzzi, did a piss, and then passed out for a nap.
What did the bear do?
Oh, that sounds like my kind of party.
Yeah, no.
Oh, sorry, I'm gonna have to interrupt you. Long socks. Come in, long socks.
That's me, right?
That's you.
Okay,
you're the tall boy.
I'm the tall boy. This is actually a bit of old news, but it's some reason it's kind of been recently stirring up again. Like people have been bringing it back. But do you remember? I don't know if you guys. I remember
Pogs.
seeing it when I was a kid. Do you remember Pogs?
Pogs. I remember.
No. Do you remember when you were? So it had been 2014. So I was 14. No, it wasn't. I was 24. It was 2004, and I was 14. And so you guys would have been 15, 16, 17, that sort of age. So pretty much before we all met. But does the word Dozer mean anything to you guys?
I remember Fat Dog Mendoza.
Yeah.
Fat Dog Mendoza.
Fat Dog Mendoza.
Okay.
No, what is it?
All right. So there's basically the story of a guy called Marvin Haymayer and his revenge and his Dozer. So this dude owned a muffler shop. All right. Yeah. This guy had a plot of land and he built a muffler shop where he was.
I don't know this. No, I don't know this. Yeah.
So this dude had this place, had this big plot of land. Eventually, at one point, this big cement making factory was interested in buying a section of his land. And after years and years of fucking around and agreeing on different prices, the council ended up selling the piece of land next to the land that he owned. So they started building this huge cement making factory, and it blocked the path that he used to take to get home. He literally had like a path that he'd already made through his land in order to get home. And it also, like, that one bit of land that he made as the path was the entrance to his shop. So when they started building the cement making factory, they blocked the entrance to his shop, and he started a mass petition where he was kicking off and having meetings with the council, being like, I can't get any customers anymore because you've blocked my only way in and out of my shop that I've had here since, I think it was 92 he bought it. And this was 2010 when he was kicking off about the plot of land going. So like, a good almost 20 years of owning this spot. So anyway, after years and years of kicking off and having petitions, eventually, cut back a little bit. After a few years, he was like, well, I'm going to do it myself now. I'm going to build my own thing. So he bought himself a bulldozer, which is, like the big old, hefty old units with like the big kind of plow thing across the front, goes on for a good 10, 20 meters, or something, maybe not that long, 10 meters or something like that.
Sorry, you're describing a bulldozer to everyone.
A bulldozer. I am, yeah. I don't know why. Anyway, so he bought a bulldozer. A fucking long day. He bought a bulldozer, and then said that he was going to use it to rebuild his own road so he can get in and out of the shop. Anyway, eventually, a few years later, after loads of arguments with the council, agreeing on like this place should be built in there, blah, 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 he goes silent. He kind of disappears. A lot of his friends don't know about this bulldozer. They knew he bought it, but no one knows what's happened to it since then. One day, he comes out of a shed or something that he's been built outside, and he's built what is kind of labelled now as the Killdozer. So if you look this thing up, type in Killdozer if you get his joke.
He went for it.
He went to town. So this bloke basically completely covered his bulldozer in like bulletproof pieces of metal, shielded everything, made 3 little kind of gun turrets where there was like a heavy duty gun sticking out.
Oh my God.
He then drove through the cement building factory and any other buildings connected with them, or any other like kind of partitioning companies that were also voting against him getting what he wanted and like supporting the cement factory. He cost the area, I forgot what area it was in actually. Colorado, it was in Granby, Colorado. He caused just shy of $7 million worth of damage to all these buildings that were associated with the cement factory. But the guy didn't hurt anyone. He was deliberately making sure that anyone in the way was clear, anyone that was associated with the cement factory. He was like not trying to kill people. He was just trying to get his own back,
damage,
so to speak. Yeah, he wanted to fuck them over, so to speak. He wanted to make sure that these guys, suffered for the damage they caused to him. So he built this thing, smashed a load of stuff. Eventually he went into one building and the bulldozer got stuck and the police surrounded him and he took his own life inside the actual bulldozer. So he was the only person to actually die after all this, after $7 million worth of damage. In the long run, the local area, the local police and stuff like that eventually took it all apart and sold it off as scrap, because he's kind of known as like a blue collar hero in society. He's one of those guys that actually kind of stood up and like fought the man or fought the system, so to speak. I think that's I remember back in the day as a 14-year-old seeing that on the news and being like, what the fuck's going on there? And I can remember watching it, like the American chopper following it over the top and this thing going down and just smashing the shit out of things. But it's some reason it's brought a load of attention recently. And there's like, if you go on allthat'sinteresting.com, they've got some really interesting pictures of it from like the inside, where they've taken the roof off and where the guy would have been operating and stuff like that, and how he'd like set it all up with different CCTV cameras so he didn't have to actually like peer out anywhere and get shot by police or something.
Nice.
It's truly fascinating, but at the same time, it's also kind of like a good fuck you to the system. Fuck you.
I just found someone who's built it in Lego.
Oh, how grim. Sorry, I'm going to have to cut you off there. Funky Gibbon.
Thanks for that introduction. So the satellite's kind of there, kind of not, but we know how
is it one of those Elon Musk ones that passes by every half an hour?
Have any of you seen those? I have.
The Skylinks, yeah.
Out there. Yeah, I've seen them a couple of times now. I saw them when we went camping.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool. So yeah, anyway, on to my story, this hot scoop of a thing. Lobster diver swallowed by humpback whale off Provincetown.
Pinocchio.
I mean,
so
that's a good headline.
Small wooden boy swallowed by
a little before 8 a.m. Friday, veteran lobster diver Michael Packard entered the water for his second dive of the day.
What was his name?
Michael Packard.
Yeah, his friends called him Ishmael.
Okay.
Ishmael.
His vessel.
It's a Moby Dick reference.
His vessel, the J&J, was off Herring Cove Beach and surrounded by a fleet of boats capturing striped bass. The water temperature was a balmy 60 degrees and a visibility above 20 feet. So basically, the way this works, licensed commercial lobster divers like pluck lobsters off the sandy bottom.
Wait,
and
so whose bottom?
Off Sandy's bottom. Sandy Buck, no.
Sandy Buckley's bottom.
Sandy
It's covered in
Buckley's
lobsters. Reginald.
So, basically, he was diving down for lobsters, and then
Wait, do they not put them in cages? They literally men who go down and do a little swim for lobsters.
Go down and do a little swimming and get them off the bottom. Yeah. So basically, like it says here, is something truly biblical. Packard was swallowed whole by a humpback whale. Wow. He quotes, "All of a sudden, I felt this huge shove, and the next thing I knew, it was completely black. I could sense I was moving, and I could feel the whale squeezing with the muscles in his mouth." He says, "I was completely inside. It was completely black. I thought to myself, there's no way I'm getting out of here. I'm done. I'm dead. All I could think of was my boys. They're 12 and 15. He was in scuba gear, and my boys. Outfitted with scuba gear, he struggled, and the whale began shaking its head so that Packard could tell he didn't. Like it. He estimated he was in the whale for about 30 to 40 seconds before the whale finally surfaced. He said, I saw light, and he started throwing his head side to side. The next thing I knew, I was outside in the water. People that were looking on from the boat obviously didn't know what was going on and saw the whale like literally flick out of the water and see him literally get thrown from the whale's mouth, basically.
That's really interesting, because obviously the story of Moby Dick, etc.,
which is a real story.
Which is a real story, which I found was interesting that you went to Pinocchio first, which is off the scene is based on Moby Dick.
I watched that a lot as a kid.
They always said that would be impossible because obviously whales' mouths are like combs, right?
And this is what basically what they were saying is that this was what he thought it was at first was actually a great white. He was panicking. He said that he thought it was because they said that they saw great whites are quite common in those waters. So when he first got grabbed, he thought it was a great white. But they were saying
who would be a lobster diver in these waters?
I don't know.
Fucking sharks and whales.
A guy with big cojones, and he basically what he was saying is that the whale's not big enough to swallow a human, and they said that this would have been an accident. 100%, this whale would not have intended to do this at all, and. Basically, they reckon what it probably was a baby one or one that's sort of like a young one. And it was going for something along the sort of the floor. Yeah, Rick Mail. I've been watching that again recently. Sorry, off topic, but yeah. But so he thankfully he got out. They rushed him obviously to hospital and everything. But as far as it looks, he was relatively unscathed, apart from a bit like what the actual fuck. But it says here the humpback was described by Mayo as medium sized, and says it was probably a juvenile feeding on sand lance. When a humpback opens its mouth to feed, it billows out like a parachute, blocking the animal's forward vision, which is why so many become entangled in fishing gear in their mouths and jaws. He said basically instances of feeding humpbacks injuring swimmers and divers, especially instances of swallowing them, he said are so exceedingly rare as to non-existent. The esophagus of non-toothed whales is too small to actually swallow a human, but they could wrap their mouth around a large object and then spit it out. So basically that's it says unlike wide-toothed whales such as orcas, baleen whales that filter out small schooling fish do not explore, causing injuries.
All right.
No.
Oh, it's Teabag. Teabag, are you there? Teabag.
Oh, hi there. You know how I like news stories about men getting stuck in things?
Oh yeah.
Man rescued after 2 days stuck inside giant fan at California vineyard.
Fan, as in like an actual fan, not like a person who's like a big fan of that person.
No, an actual fan.
They weren't stuck in them.
Santa Rosa authorities rescued a man who said he'd been trapped for 2 days inside a large fan at a California vineyard. Vineyard? It says vineyard, but I'm going to go with vineyard. The man was discovered Tuesday by a deputy responding to a call about a suspicious vehicle parked near the winery. Yeah, vineyard. And he basically got in. He said that he liked old farm equipment and he was taking pictures of it.
Does he like vineyards?
Yeah. He said that he was taking pictures of the old farm equipment, but when the police got there, he had no photography equipment and he had a lot of meth in the car.
Ah, yes.
Oh dear.
And he was stuck in this van for 2 days.
One of my favourite subreddits is called Methany, which is just people on meth.
I've not followed that one. I need to check that out.
Well,
I'll share Methany with you.
Please.
and
do.
and that's my whole.
Oh, that was it. Oh,
Good.
fair.
I hope everyone has it's got a little full belly, a little warm belly full of news as we cycle forwards to the Blank-O-Mattic.
Cool.
Blank-O-Mattic, it's chromatic, it's dramatic. Blank-O-Mattic, it's Blank-O-Mattic.
Okay, you poo-poo weenies, it is that time for the Blank-O-Mattic. And this is the part of the show where we go online, we find a generator online, and we put in random words and whatever, nouns, adjectives, and we come out with either a story or a letter or whatever. It's basically Mad Libs.
Yeah.
But guys, I've got to tell you something. I've been thinking I'm quite a wise person, quite clever.
right.
I've had a lot of life experience.
Sure.
And so I thought I would create my own Ask the Advice Expert segment.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So I just wondered if you could, help me come up with some examples for my Ask the Advice Expert.
Oh dear Lord.
So first we need a noun.
Oh.
Garbage
Bathtub.
Garbage bathtub.
We need an adjective. Bombastic.
They call me Mr. Bombastic.
Very
Mr. Bombastic.
made out of plastic.
We need a person's name.
Oh, what was
Clifford the big
the
red
fat
one.
lever?
Fat lever.
What were some of those sports people earlier on?
Yeah, that's it. The fat lever.
Dick Trickle.
Misty Hyman.
All right, Dick Trickle.
Just to remind you that Fat Lever was a real athlete.
We need a country.
North Macedonia.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, that's throwback.
Throwback to the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
Half an hour ago.
Ash, we need an amount of time. 2 minutes or 8 years, etc.
Let's go with 3 months.
8 years and 2 minutes.
Jump in it.
Person's name.
Misty Hyman.
Misty Hyman.
You can have Misty Hyman. Right, occupation.
Pedophile.
Javelin polisher.
Pedophile.
All right, Joe.
Electric pant tester.
Iron heat checker.
Electric
Lines.
javelin thrower. No, electric javelin cleaner.
Oh. And how would one clean a javelin?
Electric javelin dummy.
Electric javelin catcher.
I like dummy.
Actually.
There we are. Noun, plural.
Disused disease badgers.
I'll just write disease badgers.
Disease badgers, yeah.
Verb ending in ing.
Hissing.
Shooting.
Banking.
Crafting.
Crystallizing.
Crafting. I like crafting. We need 3 adjectives. Dave, give me an adjective.
Let's go for flabby.
Flabby. Ash, give me an adjective.
Fumbling.
Fumbling. And Joe, give me an adjective.
Weak.
It's not an F. It's not an F.
Oh, we're going for F's, are we? Sorry.
It's only because we both did, yeah.
Fucking fickle, then. I don't know. Feeble. Feeble. That's like weak.
Feeble.
Frail.
I've done feeble. Same plural noun.
Same plural noun?
We haven't had a plural noun.
Oh,
no, we did.
Yeah, we did.
We
Disease
had
badgers.
disease
wasn't it?
badgers.
Oh, yeah. Disease badger. Oh, yeah, sorry. Same verb ending in ing. Crafting. Okay. We need another person's name.
Fucking hell.
Dickhole.
We've already had a dick.
Mr. Big Pants.
I like the idea of Mr.
Mr. Davy Bones.
Corporal Egg Advisor.
I like Corporal Egg Bones.
Corporal Egg Bones.
Corporal Egg Bones.
He really got up the ranks. Proud of him.
We need another adjective. In fact, you three had adjectives.
Yeah, you do one, mate.
I'm going to have religious.
It's got to begin with F.
Religious.
Religious.
That word.
Salacious.
No, I've gone for religious. We need same adjective for some reason. I assume it's religious again. I feel like we need an emotion.
Despair.
Grumps.
Cunt.
Really cunted off.
Shit cunt.
Really?
One cunted man.
One shit cunt.
I read really cunted off.
Yeah.
Ashley,
Yes.
we need a number.
17.
Ash's favourite number of.
I'm going
age.
to give this next one to Dave. We need a liquid.
Dave's a liquid boy.
Let's go for the tears of 1,000 Vietnamese children.
Oh.
Hey.
Have you got to add the owl at the end of it?
The way that Matt went.
Tears of 1,000
I'd imagine
Vietnamese
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's acceptable.
Tears of 1,000 Vietnamese children, 20 quid.
I can add that in. Yeah, that's feasible.
Joe, we need an adjective.
Oh, Christ.
The tears of non-thousand.
Ghoulish.
Robust.
Robust.
Ill.
Ash, give me an adjective.
Squeamish.
Sickly.
We need a part of a body. Do you say knobbly knee, Ash? Honestly.
Neck and knees.
I've not said knobbly knee.
knee.
What about
I ever said knobbly
Like
knee?
every episode you go, ooh, knobbly knee.
what about that right tight thorax?
Righty-tighty thorax.
Righty-tighty four.
You know, every human has a thorax.
Righty thorax.
We need another adjective. I'm going to take this one. We're going to have ghoulish.
Ooh.
We need a verb.
Crasturbate.
What's that?
When you cry and masturbate.
Crasturbate.
And use your own tears as lube.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be Christabate?
Or
Because that's too religious.
no, because that's Jesus Christ. That's when you wank over Jesus.
Yeah, that's correct. You're there with a crucifix.
Oh, sorry.
So, Dave, give us an adjective.
Come on.
Or master cry.
Stimulate.
I like master cry.
That's to cry. Do
Or cryturbate.
you still want an adjective?
Yeah.
Zealous.
Ooh, zealous.
Zealous. Okay. We need 3 verbs ending in ing. Marinating.
Marinating.
Shrugging.
Shrugging. And one more.
Threatening. Or surprising. Or
Blending.
blending.
Oh, yeah, I like blending.
Yeah.
Occupation.
Egg inspector.
We've already got an egg. I like the idea of an inspector, though.
Inspecting Morse code.
Butthole inspector.
Smeg inspector.
Yeah.
Asbestos destroyer.
A ghoul inspector.
We've got
Goulash inspector.
Have we got ghoul?
Yeah, we had an adjective. I said I wanted
inspector.
ghoulish.
What
What about
an inspector?
Gerbil's gonad
Inspects
inspector.
Inspectors. These
Inspecting
inspectors aren't
inspectors.
inspecting enough, so we need to
Inspector.
I don't think it will read well. I think in zombie butthole inspector.
What?
No.
That's very niche. I don't think they get much work.
Only one of them in the UK. And
What about gadget inspector?
Football hooligan.
Fine.
football hooligan inspector.
Yeah.
Football hooligan inspector. All right. So we need 2 people's names.
Oh, dog dinner.
Dog dinner. Dog dinner Daniel.
And cat pudding Carice.
Dog dinner. No, that's not going to read well as a name.
It's what they were born as, it's what they were christened as.
Cassandra.
Michael Excrement.
Michael. Michael Excrement. And is there a 90s...
Call him Mikey for short.
Is there a 90s celebrity that we can have here?
Freddie Fellatio.
Molly Ringwald.
Molly Ringwald. What, from The Breakfast Club?
80s, and shit. Yeah.
Danny
Molly
Beck.
Or was it Leah Thompson?
Well, there's another person's name. So
Who's
Howard
that?
the Duck.
Who's that one that was on children's TV but hung himself?
Nigel Planner. Wait, no, that's
the blonde guy from... What was that show called?
Well, How too?
No, was he How or was he
No,
like...
he was on How To. Oh, I found a diarrhea pill in my pocket.
Well, we need a country.
Yugoslavia.
If you didn't say that, you
always
go.
go. You always go.
Yugoslavia. All
You always go for
And-
the former former
Ash, we
USSR
need a
state.
number.
A number. 99.
Right, we need a person's name.
Another one. Fucking hell.
Henry, fuck your mum.
Yeah. That'd do.
Henry, fuck your mum.
How's that spelled? Fuck your mum?
FUCKYAMUM.
Fuck your mum.
Part of body.
My dinner gland.
What?
The
Just
dinner
the gland meant for dinners.
We need a family member, aunt, brother, etc.
Oh, my aunt brother.
My aunt brother.
My daddy uncle.
I'm calling auntie brother.
Hey, auntie brother, how are you today?
Uncle Daddy.
Crusty.
Oh, Uncle Daddy.
No.
I like Uncle Daddy.
No.
Uncle Daddy is so
No, not
something really disturbing about Uncle Daddy.
Yes.
Crusty Uncle Daddy.
No, just Uncle Daddy. So it's like that's like a southern band name. Hey guys, we're Uncle Daddy.
And this song's all about being a daddy.
We need an adjective. Compassionate.
Fatherly.
Molest.
Molestery.
Okay.
Jaded.
Molestery.
Molestery.
Hello, welcome to
We need,
Molestery.
Ash, we need a number.
2.
2. We need
I
a
like
verb.
how that went back to back with molestery.
He was being
What was that? Sorry, Matt. What do we
A
need?
verb.
Sniff.
Oh.
We need another family member.
Auntie
Daddy
Uncle.
uncle.
No, come on. Think outside the box.
Let's go for
What about that one chunky cousin?
Space Ranger Susan.
Or chunk cousin. I quite like that.
cousin.
Cousin.
Cousin Chunk.
Cousin Chunk.
Here comes cousin Chunk.
Cousin Chunk.
Oh, it's Uncle Daddy and Cousin Chunk.
Hey there, God, you won't go and wait for
We're nearly there. We need one more noun.
Exercise bike from hell.
Helicopter hospital hell cat.
We need Ash. We need another number.
Granny's broken Groupon voucher.
129.
Sorry, we're replacing exercise bike from hell with Granny's broken
Groupon voucher.
What was it? Granny's broken what?
Granny's broken Groupon voucher.
We need 2 verbs ending in ing. Clumping.
Glowing. Posing.
Empathizing.
Helicoptering.
Expanding.
Expanding. I like that. Like a balloon.
Praying.
Or
Right.
a gallbladder.
Nearly there. 2 adjectives and a verb, and then we're done.
Neighbourly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, neighbourly. Erroneous.
Ear splitting.
Frail.
Yeah, ear splitting like that. And a verb.
Oh, back to the verbs.
Splash.
Yeah. All right, we'll have splash.
Splash.
Cool. Right, click and play.
So much advice going on right now.
Are we ready? For all my
girl.
expert advice, I've got a helper this time to help me go through it. And this is all my expert advice. Ask the advice expert.
Hold up. Whoa,
Sorry.
whoa.
Everyone
You
take a
missed
drink.
vital step there, yeah.
Everyone take a drink.
How rude.
Very rude, isn't he?
Mrs. Garbage Bathtub, the advice expert, will answer all your bombastic questions here. Dick Trickle Bailey from North Macedonia writes, 3 months ago, I married my wife, Misty Hyman. When I got my dream job as electric javelin dummy, we started fighting about diseased badgers. I thought she takes advantage of mine because she's always out crafting, but she thinks I'm downright flabby. Who's fumbling?
Oh, my Mrs. Garbage Bathtub here.
Yeah, you're Mrs. Garbage Bathtub.
Do I have to do the voice of Mrs. Garbage Bathtub?
Yeah, you do.
Do it.
There is no feeble answer. The only way to solve this matter is to sit down and exchange thoughts. Maybe work out a plan of how many disease badges each of you get. Women love crafting. It's something you might just have to accept.
Oh. So the next question is,
You remind me of Reece Shearsmith.
Mark Corporal Eggbones from China, right?
Oh, that common Chinese name, Mark Corporal Eggbones.
Very, very popular.
I am religious. I mean, I'm really religious. I've been thinking really cunted off thoughts for a long time. I haven't left the house in over 17 years. The only thing I look forward to each day is drinking my cup of the tears of 1,000 Vietnamese children.
I mean, he's geographically in the right area.
He's a typical religious person. Being cutted off and drinking the tears of children. Yeah, fucking go for it.
I'm utterly robust. My family thinks I'm squeamish and I hate my righty-tighty thorax. I just think I'm totally ghoulish.
You need to master cry. I would suggest you take part in a zealous activity outdoors, such as group marinating, shrugging classes, or mountain blending.
I love the idea of shrugging classes. Everyone in a circle going, I don't know.
That sounds so British. Sorry. I'll repeat that. I would suggest you take part in zealous activity outdoors, such as group marinating, shrugging classes, or mountain blending. Shrugging classes. Exercise and contact with others may help a great deal. If not, seek help immediately with a professional football hooligan inspector.
Very nice.
Michael Excrement Molly Ringwald from Yugoslavia writes, I'm a teenager who's 99. I'm a teenager who's 99 and still living with my parents. How old are my parents?
They are fucking dead.
I recently introduced my new boyfriend, Henry Fuck Your Mum.
How many F's was on?
Henry, fuck your mum.
I recently introduced my new boyfriend, Henry Fuck Your Mum.
Mum, this is Henry Fuck Your Mum. I just spat all my beer back into my beer.
Neck it.
You know.
Neck it.
Right, I recently introduced my new boyfriend, Henry Fuck Your Mum, to my family, and my dad immediately did not like him.
I wonder why.
He said
I have a bad feeling about this one.
He said he didn't like his dinner gland.
Oh my god! I just read the. Sorry, I accidentally reread. I read ahead the first sentence of this next bit.
My uncle daddy says he's too molestery for me, and I completely disagree. He's not molestery enough. He's only 2 years older.
Oh my god, he's only 91. So she's 97.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's 101. Yeah, no, right, you're right.
Isn't it my choice to sniff him? My cousin Chunk said it's not my decision as long as I'm living under their granny broken Groupon voucher. What should I do?
You should take your parents' advice and wait 129 years until you're old enough to understand the dynamics of crumping. If the guy's still expanding around by then, you should know he's a neighborly person and someone ear-splitting. Your family just wants to splash you.
Well, there we go. There's ask your expert advice.
So hold on a minute. So if you're 99 and you've got to wait 120, fucking hell.
It must be elven years or something.
Yeah.
They must be elves.
Yeah. Elven fuck your mum problems.
Well, go on, that.
No, I was just going to say, I just got this image, like you said, going to that. This is Henry fuck your mum. I was like, got a bad feeling about this one. Just don't like this one. Just don't.
Thank you very much for listening to this episode of Sin and Gin.
That was funny. That was funny.
Please check us out on youtube.com/Sin and Gin. We are also on Facebook if you'd like to give us a like, give us all the subscribes.
Visit the merch store for badges.
If you want to buy any disease badges, then please do. This is Sin and Gin podcast. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Have a cherry. Have a cherry.
Have a cherry. Looks a bit like a butt.
Does look like a pair of testicles.
Butt cherry. Cherry butt.
Oh.